Welcome back to YouTube. A bit of a different video today. I'm going to show you how to do an engine flush and an oil change on a Mazda MX5 MB Mark II. My car's a 2000 model, the 1.8 without the variable valve timing. So tools you'll need, a 17mm socket to undo the oil sump plug. There you go. Just about to see that. A torque wrench, ratchet, jack, a can of engine flush, comes in handy. A jack stand to go with the jack, hold the car up. Just over 4 litres of oil, a new oil filter, and a funnel which I made from a Coke bottle. Pretty easy to make, works like a charm. So yeah, and a bucket to catch everything, catch all the oil. So, start off, we need to open up the bonnet to get to the engine, obviously. So, pop that open, go around. Awkward doing this with one hand. There we go, there's the catch. Lift it up, put the bonnet stay up, hold it all up. So the oil filter's tucked under here. It's pretty easy to get to. Grab a torch so you can see. It's not too difficult. Just reach your hand in and easily undo it and do it back up again. Nothing too much in the way. I have done a charcoal canister delete on this car already, so there's a bit more space around there anyway. Okay, tied some of the cables up. Next thing to do is to jack the car up. So my car's a bit low, so I have to use a combination of jacks to get it actually up, and then stick a jack stand up to make it safe. So if the jack fails, you're still alive, you're not going to get crushed. There you go. So that's the car jacked up, and the sump plug, the oil drain plug, is just under here. I don't know if you can see it. Just there, I'll get a bit closer, there you go. Just there, it's a 17mm spanner or socket. I think the specs on it are about 30 to 40 Newton meters. On a torque wrench, so I will be using a torque wrench. You don't really have to, I don't think many people do. But better be safe than sorry. No point having oil gushing out everywhere as you're driving along. So here's the kind of engine flush. Read the instructions, it's pretty straightforward to use. Just get your car warm first, up to foot temperature. Undo this cap and where you throw your oil in, and basically stick the engine flush in. Like so. Oh, you're going to need a funnel. There you go. Pop that there, and pour this in. Sorry about the shaky rubbish camera, just used my phone as I don't have anything better. But yeah, just empty the whole can in. On the can it says it does 3 to 6 litres, and my car holds 4 and a bit litres of oil, so right in the middle. Once that's in there, put the cap back on. Like that, nice and tight, and then we basically just start the car up and leave it running for 20 minutes, and that's it. Go and make yourself a brew, do something else. There we go. And after you've had your brew, turn your car off, and you're pretty much done with that part, and it's just a standard oil change now. So we just have to get under the car. Not a lot of room under here, definitely not a lot of light, so that's the bolt sump plug we need to take out. So get your 17mm spanner, ratchet, wrench, socket, whatever you're using, and undo it, just loosen it off. You don't have to worry, oil won't come out until it's completely removed. Get your bucket underneath it and start twizzling it with your fingers till it's all the way out. Yeah, just so you can see, I've taken it half the way out now and there's not a single drip of oil coming out of it. Not really focusing very well. But yeah, no oil coming out and it's halfway out. So take it all the way out. It will be hot, the oil, so try not to cover your hands in it. I ended up getting it all over my hands, but I had gloves on, so not too bad. And that's basically it. And after about 10 minutes of leaving it on its own to drain, you'll end up with it like this. Just a couple of drips coming out now and then. You can see it, wherever it is. Get this torch on it properly. I don't know if you can see that. Get a bit better for you. There you go. Just dripping away very slowly. So that's basically empty now. So what you need to do once you've done this is just wipe that round with a cloth. Check your sump plug. Make sure there's no metal bits on it. They are magnetised, so any metal should just that breaks off in the engine, if that happens, will stick to it. And if you see any chunks of metal on it, you've got a bit of a problem. But fortunately mine was immaculate. Give it a quick wipe and then put it back in. Make sure you do it up finger tight all the way. You don't want to use a wrench on it until it's all the way in, because you don't want to risk cross-threading it or damaging anything. And once it's in all the way with your fingers, get your spanner or your wrench and just tighten it up a little bit. Snug it down. There's where the spanner is. A ratchet. There we go. That's reasonably tight. And then it's just a case of getting your torque wrench out. There we go, torque wrench. And I've set this to, I think, 39 Newton meters. I think the specs are something like 30 to 41 Newton meters, so I've gone on the higher side, but not right to the limit. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and get a better angle because of the light reflecting. There you go. And then just get onto your car again. No room whatsoever under here. This is the last thing we have to do though under the car. After this, it's you can drop the car back down and just tighten it up. The way torque wrench works, it clicks when it's at tightness. Everyone I watch on YouTube who's used one does it twice, and it's just so hard not to do it twice. Quite challenging doing all this with one hand whilst holding the camera in the other hand. So there's the first click. And there's a second click. It's definitely tight. And that's basically that part. As you can see, nice and tight, nice and safe, everything there. So next thing to do is to put the new oil filter on. Get it out of the box, and just what you want to do is just pour a little bit of oil into the actual filter itself. I remember when I did oil changes as a kid, I never did this part. I just throw the oil on, the filter on with nothing in it. But it even says on the side of the oil filter to put a bit of oil in it. There is a fill mark on it, but I just throw in a good chunk of oil. And then just run your get some oil on your finger and run it around the edge. Just make sure there's no dry bits on the on the edge of the filter, so you might have to go around a few times like I'm doing here. I think I overdo it really, but go around a few times, make sure there's no dry bits, nowhere, make sure the whole rim seal of the filter's nice and shiny, and that's your oil filter prepped. So then we go over here, and grab a torch. Where's the torch? There it is, down there. Put this so you can see what I'm doing. No, not there. Put it there instead. That's better. Yep, so you just need to reach down, and these shouldn't be tight. It should be only ever hand tight. You can get special spanner wrenches to take them off. You're not meant to use them to put them on though. I think the spec on them is 16 Newton meters, and that's literally hand tight. Unscrew it. You should throw a rag underneath it to catch the dripping oil. I stupidly didn't, so a bit of oil ran down. Yep, take that out. And grab your new one. And the total opposite. Just put it in the gap and screw it back on. Should be fairly easy to screw on, so just keep moving it around till you get it right. If there's any resistance screwing it on, then you've probably not got the threads right. Like so. And again, just hand tight. As tight as you can get it with your hand, but no tighter. And that's the oil filter done. Drop your car down now, off the jack stands and everything. And now it's pretty much the home straight with it. It's just time to throw in the oil. Like I said at the start, I think this car holds something like 4.2 litres or something. But you never measure it because there's always oil left in the bottom of the engine. You can never get it all out. So I always throw in about 3.5 litres first, and then just from that point on, check the dipstick and keep adding half a litre over it a couple of times. There we go. Put quite a bit of oil in there. So grab yourself a rag, take the dipstick out, give it a wipe off. There'll be still old oil on it from when you drained it. The old level will still be stuck to it. Dunk it in there, give it a little wiggle around, pull it out, and I don't know if you can see this, I'll wait till it focuses, but at the tip there's a line with an L below it, that's the lowest level, and then above it there's an F for full, and a line below that, that's the maximum level. You want it somewhere in between, close to the full though. As you can see, there wasn't enough on there, so just throw some more in, and that's it. Oil change and engine flush complete. See you again soon.